Brilliance Audio presents The Songbook of Benny Lament by Amy Harmon, performed by Rob Shapiro. The Barry Gray Show, WMCA Radio, guest, Benny Lament, December 30th, 1969. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Barry Gray, and you are listening to the fabulous 57, WMCA in New York. Happiest station in the nation. I am here for you, keeping you company in the darkest hours of the night, especially on this, the last show of the year, the last full night of the decade. Tomorrow the clock will strike midnight and the 60s will be gone, and I've been lucky enough to cover it all. What a decade it's been, folks. What a decade it's been. The 60s brought us death, war, revolution. We lost a president. We've lost almost 50,000 young men in Vietnam. Some of you might say we've lost our moral compass, or maybe we never had it. Sometimes I wonder. Dr. Martin Luther King was gunned down. Bobby Kennedy, too. But it wasn't all bad, my friends. 5 months ago, on July 20th, 1969, America put a man on the moon. We put Thurgood Marshall, the first Negro justice, on the Supreme Court. I believe history will look back on these years and say it was the decade of civil rights, the decade of desegregation. The times are a-changin', as Mr. Bob Dylan so aptly put it. We play music all day long here on WMCA. Mine is the only program in the WMCA lineup that doesn't. The good guys spin the hits and tell you what's playing around the nation. All day long today, listeners heard a wrap-up of the biggest hits of the decade. Did you know the #1 song on Billboard's Hot 100 in 1960 was Theme from a Summer Place by Percy Faith? It was a pleasant little number with a full orchestra and not a single lyric. Remember that song? It isn't a song you can dance to unless you're dancing cheek to cheek, which, by the way, is Mrs. Gray's favorite way to dance. I think it's telling that we finished the decade with Woodstock, a folk music festival last August in Bethel, about 100 miles northwest of New York City. We began and finished the 60s with vastly different music. Some might say two totally different worlds. I was there covering the festival, as you all know, and I must say I still prefer Louis Armstrong, Frank Sinatra, and Sam Cooke. But nothing highlights the last decade more than the shift in what and who we're listening to. If you want to know what's happening in a nation, look at the music. Now, I don't play the hits on my program. You all know this. I talk about the world. I've interviewed people from every walk of life, from...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?